Play that beat.
Hello, everyone.
What are we starting here?
Welcome to GGRated. We're got a little bit different show today. It's gonna be.
Oh, do we?
Yeah, it's gonna be super. I'm not gonna say anymore. Let me just set up that little bit. Yeah, we got a little bit different show today. This is just a little quick one, a little quickie where we're gonna talk about some stuff and kind of go over, you know, what we've gone through so far as a brand new video game inspired podcast.
Yes.
So how are you, man?
I'm good. Got me a few laughs coming right on with the slow love music over here. I feel like my wife needs to come over here and have the show with us, you know. But so it's been a good week, man. I had a birthday yesterday. Now the big 3-6.
I know. Congratulations, man. I really wish I could have got you something. But I'm going to see you soon, so I might have you a little something.
You're all good. No, you're all good, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate you saying happy birthday yesterday. That's all I needed. But,
yeah, bro.
How you been, man? Had a good day this weekend?
Oh, yeah, man. Been really busy. We're in the process of selling our house, so that's a thing.
That's huge.
Yeah,
that's
it's huge.
News.
And got some land.
You told me a little bit about that. But, so Gray told me that he's looking at going, living in the woods, man. Get a whole lot of land, living in the woods.
Yeah, live in the woods down by the river.
Maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit, guys. He's not living in the woods, but yeah, getting some land, having a little. Are you gonna? Did you say not to throw all out the plans? I guess, but you said you was gonna build, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna build a house. Yeah, we're gonna build like a barn dominium thing.
Nice.
So it's we got all that in the works and. Got a little bit of time today to do a podcast. And if you don't know what show this is GGRated, where we mainly talk about video games and we rate them. And we have some news about tech and other things too. And I'm Joshua Gray, and this right here is Gino.
Yes.
Eugene.
Nice to have y'all on. And I say a lot, but hey, nice to have you on. And
I know, man. That's
join
something.
the show, man.
That's something I'm trying to work on. Like, I just did it. Not say like all the time, like this and like that.
And but I say you say like.
I say too. I'm like So I'm trying not to do that. I'm just gonna say one sentence without saying like. There we go. I did it. So I kind of wanted. So I kind of surprised you today with this of kind of what I wanted to do with this podcast, and. Yeah. I'm going to turn that music off because it's annoying. Whoa, that's better. So,
well, it wasn't the slow. Was that the same song?
No, it was a different song. Okay, this is chill vibes and relaxing gaming music mix for 3 hours. Twitch stream safe background music. Okay, so it's just something I found on YouTube. But anyways, there's two things I want to talk about today. I wanted to talk about gaming burnout, and I also wanted to talk about our podcast and kind of our development as we've gone through it. So I figured we could just start with our podcast and how you think it's been, how you think we've grown, all that good stuff.
Well, man, if I'm being honest with ourselves with this, right? What did we start last November? You know, we haven't been a year yet. You and me.
Yeah, June.
You know.
Oh, you're talking about like our
when we started
YouTube
like
channel.
I'm talking about YouTube channel when you and me first started like, hey, let's get into this editing thing. Let's get into these videos. Let's do this stuff with gaming, even if it's us playing. Cause and I don't know if all the guys, if we mentioned this yet on all these podcasts, right? But you and me had a blast. We'll get back up. It kind of brung us back together and you know, playing games, having fun, got the families. Now we're like sitting here with, you know, looking at going camping in a couple weeks with our boys and stuff. So it's kind of brung us together. So we kind of took it. How I thought of it is, hey, let's do this. Maybe other families and other people can look at this and say, hey, man, this would be fun to do. We can have a little bit more insight. the way it's going, still a learning curve, right?
Yeah.
Like I said, I say a lot, but the YouTube channel, I'm kind of heading on a little bit more. I think you kind of got more your grasp on the podcast, which I love, so we can kind of discuss this stuff. Um, I don't know, man. I think it's going great. I mean, we actually getting more subscribers with YouTube.
That's great.
Our podcast is getting on a very good schedule. You know, getting together. I think that it's slowly going, and we're not rushing it too much. And I think we're
Yeah.
kind of finding what exactly we want to do.
Right.
I mean, what do you think? I mean, I think it's going great. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I feel like at times we're like, we got to get this done, got to get this done, and it kind of makes it more like a job. And we try to stay away from that as much as possible.
Yeah, I really enjoy it because it kind of gives me an outlet to talk about things that I enjoy talking about. You know, I think eventually we could branch out a little bit and maybe do some other things too, other than just ratings, because it's really difficult to dive into a game every week and give it an honest rating. That can be really hard, and I saw that in the first two that we did, especially number 2, where we talked about that game that I like that's actually like a mobile game. And I rated it too high, but I was so high on it for some reason. Like, it really hit me hard, and I really enjoyed my time with it. But honestly, it's not. It doesn't have like Shadow of Colossus beat or anything.
That's the one, yeah, because that's the one you was talking about, rated, and you really liked it.
Yeah.
It's one of those games that you can just pick up and you can kind of just play for a few hours and it get really sucked into it. But it was mostly just a jump, and it's like, okay, you didn't get this far, let's go back and upgrade and go again. And
right. And
keeps
then you
going
have
back
Shadow of Colossus
Yeah.
is like, man, I think we rated Summer Catchers higher than Colossus, maybe. I don't remember exactly.
Was it? Oh,
I know, but there was like, I was like, something is wrong here. So we kind of we redid things. We kind of combined some of the sections of our rating system so that it melded a little bit better. There was more cohesion there where things made more sense, and I think we're slowly dialing in what a good rating system should look like. And I think I want to do more bad games too, like more games.
Absolutely. Just try like new out of this game, like nobody's heard of, and kind of see if it's good or bad. I'm with you on that. I think though, kind of with Blaze and Baxter coming on the show too.
Yeah, that helped.
Kind of giving their takes, kind of giving other people's opinions to see where we kind of look at, you know, where we stand. I think they kind of grounded us a little bit about, like you said, the Summer Catchers and Shadow of the Colossus being such a not the rating, but it was kind of close. But like you said, it probably shouldn't have been, but that's what you was enjoying at the time.
Yeah,
right?
It really
and you got to
hit
think
me.
about this. If somebody got that game, Summer Catchers, and was high up on it just like you were, I mean, that's a good game. I think we need to elaborate a little bit more. It's what I kind of figured out, how I feel. Elaborate a little bit more of like, hey, look, this game is great. It's not got that longevity kind of like you can't pick. You're not gonna want to pick up Summer Catchers right now. You got other games. You move on. From it.
Yeah, I definitely did. I think maybe like even getting away from the rating system as far as being a number and it being like, this is a good game. Like, I still want to do a number, but also there's got to be something different. I don't know. I kind of want to dial it in. We need advice, guys. If you have any advice, you can email us at ggratedchannel@gmail.com. Any kind of comments are more than welcome if you enjoy talking about this stuff and if you want to hear us talk about other things too. Here's where an audience can really relate with us here is if you're a dad, you're a husband, you're really busy and you find time to squeeze in video games, and especially if it's kind of a way that you de-stress, if you have a really busy life, those are some areas where we can relate. And even if it's not in those areas, we can still relate because we grew up doing this. So we weren't always dads. We weren't always husbands. We weren't always this busy. So we can definitely relate, and we would love to hear from you guys if you want to drop us a line. So
yeah, that's well said. And I just to kind of go over a little bit more about my background to kind of give to a lot of these guys, and I don't talk about it much, I don't Gray, but you know, on a lot of times, in the profession I'm in the law enforcement profession, right?
that's right.
And I deal with a lot of stressful stuff during the day, if everybody knows about. Um, and as you said just a second ago about being a de-stressor and about kind of being a hobby, a something to kind of get away from. And I feel like this is the gaming community in doing this with you, especially, has kind of been that out,
Right.
of like, hey, all right, put that all aside. All right. And I feel like a lot of people need to have that, right?
Yeah.
Have something that you can go to that's not the normal. You can't just get up every day and get up, go to work, get up, go to work, bring the kids to school, come home, cook dinner, go to sleep. You got to have something that you have fun with that makes you happy, right? And for me, it's been that. And if us talking about it and getting other dads involved as well, as we saw, like Baxter, he's a father as well. He does the same thing. I think it helps, man, to kind of get the words out there, because we can't sit here 40 hours every week rating a game,
No,
right?
yeah.
If we just being honest.
That's when it gets unhealthy, because playing games is a form of disassociation, which helps you process things, which helps you chill out. But if you don't do it in moderation, if you practice disassociation and you don't do it in moderation, it can become your main mechanism that you use to deal with like trauma and anxiety and everything. And then it can get to where it's more of a crutch. And I don't mean to get like all, serious about it, but that was a
Dr. Gray.
right. That was another thing I wanted to talk about, where it can get to where as you get more wisdom, you learn to do it in moderation, and we enjoy it, but it's not something that we can do like 20 hours a day of gaming. It's just
No,
not possible. Nor
no,
do
there's
I
no way.
nor do I want to. Like, I don't want to do that.
No.
But
And I think something that we really are similar about, and I'm sure a lot of other people are when they come to gaming and having a family, is we'll sit here and talk with each other and communicate and be like, hey, what do you have going on today?
yeah.
Can you hop on? Can you hop on? Hey, if you have time to hop on, absolutely, it's great. But we know we put priority. I do want to say that I put my family priority first. I know Gray does as well.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to something with the kids, when it comes to something with the family, you can't be that person of like, I need to get on. I got, put the gaming first,
Right.
and my wife especially is very understanding of that, of knowing that, hey, this is my outlet. Like I said, she knows my job as well. She knows I kind of need it a little bit. And she doesn't allow me. I don't want to say she allows me, right? I'm a grown man, which, but she supports it, right? And I
Yeah.
think that's kind of huge as well. So
That is huge, man, because you got to have your things that you do to kind of unwind. And even if you want to do it where you just want to have some fun and you want to do it because you're kind of amped up. Like, there's been times that I watch like John Wick or something, and I want to like work out. I want to do something. I want to get after it, man. I want to play some like shooter games where I'm John Wick.
yeah.
I want to get in VR and like shoot some stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I want to go shoot guns.
That's why you got that gym on the left side.
Yeah, I got it all over there. I need to do a tour one day before we move out of this place, but I'm going to have to set my gym up in the woods or something now so I can have a little gym area. But
or if you're watching Batman and you just get so hyped up,
dude,
like the one behind you.
Yeah. You're watching Batman Beyond right there.
Yeah.
Shout out to Toonami Aftermath. But
oh yeah, that's an awesome website.
But yeah, so that's one thing I wanted to talk about, is kind of gaming burnout and how you can get burnout on these games. I find myself these days because I'm so busy and I want time just to not have to think, where I'll play a podcast and I'll also play a game at the same time. So my mind is like completely occupied. And I don't do that all the time, but when I need to just kind of chill out, and I might pray too. I might write some stuff down in my journal. But if I just don't want to think about anything, I've been playing Forza 4, and I've been listening to a podcast. So I can just drive around, I can race, and I can listen to something and don't have to think about anything. And that's been really fun.
It's not just you. I mean, look at a little comparison on that. GTA 5 has a radio when you get in the cars, right?
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So what do you do? How many times have you put on the radio and just drove around on GTA?
Yeah.
I know GTA 5 is a horrible example. I know. But how many times do you go around GTA 5 have you done in the past? It's probably been a while, but have some music going and you're like just cruising. You're like, okay. It's just like going in your normal car, but you're able to,
Yeah, and what's so funny is too, I've been playing Titanfall 2. So basically I'm listening to the radio in my Titan. So basically there's a radio in my Titan, and I'm kind of listening to podcasts and shooting people and all that stuff. Like, I've been really enjoying that game again too, by the way. Titanfall 2.
If you're enjoying this show, make sure you subscribe and follow. Thank you. You can listen to it in your Titan, your radio.
Exactly.
Radio Pro. They still have FM radio in the Titan. So you're good.
This is the perfect podcast to listen to in your Titan. GG-rated radio. All right.
But you do forget.
Pilots, let's go.
Today on 98.3 GG-rated. But like Titanfall 2, that's such a fun game, man.
I know, we need to play more.
Got to. But
or
maybe some Apex.
Yeah, we can play some Apex.
He does not like Apex.
No, and it's the same universe.
I am forcing it. I'm like forcing that on.
Man, I've really tried. Like, you gotta give me that. I've really tried.
Not hard enough.
Not hard enough. If it played like Titanfall, I'd be all for it. But it just does not feel right to me.
Can I mention something when you're talking about like when we try to make each other play some games that we enjoy? Because guys, believe it or not, yes, we've been doing the show. We love playing games together, but there's some games that he loves a lot more than I do, and vice versa. Like, in other words, he's been trying forever, like Star Citizen, and I just can't. I can't get into it. I'm all about the Starfield. I want my time to go into Starfield. Yeah. I want my time to go in the Starfield, though.
I know.
But you know what I saw the other day, this week, a matter of fact. We're not doing no news, but I just wanted to throw this out at you because I thought of you, Gray. $600 million have been saved up on Starfield. That's how much money they've had.
Yeah,
and they're still in alpha. They're still in alpha.
Yes, and everybody gives it crap for that, but I'm telling you, it is something special when you play it to know all the things that are going on. Like, it's really cool. Now, I don't know if
supposed to fully release the game.
I don't know. Probably never. It's kind of halfway, what do you call it? Kind of halfway a con. Like what do you call it?
Wait a second. Wait a second.
Halfway
hold
a
on,
scam.
you can't just move on from that.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Are you saying that Star Citizen is a con game?
It's kind of a scam, but it's a great scam that I enjoy playing. Because see,
I love it. Okay.
They're constantly coming out with new things, and they keep people invested in it because the game looks so cool and it plays so cool that you want to buy more ships, and they cost real money a lot of times. You can buy them in the game too with like game money, but it takes a long time if you're doing like all the missions and everything. So folks will buy these like ships, and people get addicted to it, man, and they just want to buy more ships. And you get new players who are in awe from all the things that they can do in this world, and they spend money on it. And if they keep doing that every year, keep getting new players in that buy things, they don't even have to keep playing. Like if they do that every year, then they're constantly making money.
Yeah, and it's all about the money and microtransactions. I know not to go way into it. I just thought about it last week, and I was like, man. And you was talking about games that you don't like. I guess you can say Apex, whatever.
Sure.
And so I had to throw that out at you.
No, dude, like we could have a whole podcast talking about Star Citizen. I've had some great times in there, and I've done things in that game that you can't do in any other game, but everybody gives it so much crap. And it makes sense that they do, but a lot of the people who give it the most crap haven't even played the game. So that's what's like.
Wait. What are you trying to say? Hey,
no, I'm not.
I downloaded it. I know, bro.
You haven't played it.
I did.
You haven't played it yet, bro. We need to hop in there just one night.
I know we will.
Okay.
One night.
Okay.
We will.
I'm getting off my soapbox now. I'm sorry. That game gets me going because it's a game that I turn to. Here's why I'm so attached to it, because it's a game that I turned to after I had surgery and I played a lot of. For those that don't know, I had a heart surgery, and afterwards I was here like healing and everything, and I think I'd already bought the game. I'd already had it. But I dove into it playing a lot because I didn't have anything else to do. Like I played a lot of games, and really dove in. I joined like an organization on there, the Space Marines, and did stuff with like a bunch of other players. We would have these big space battles, and we would fight on like abandoned space stations and stuff. Like did some really cool things. But those cool things that you do, you really have to work to go do it. Like it might take an hour to set up to actually get there and do things. But I'm gonna stop talking about that because I could talk a lot about it.
But you know, I think about that though. You know, because that was about how long ago was that with your heart condition and all that kind of stuff? Well, how long? Was
it was March,
that
early April of 2021. Yeah, it was
2021,
like early April.
That was some scary stuff, man. I'm glad you're all right with that.
Thanks, man.
You know,
appreciate that. Appreciate that.
I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm not glad you're back. I wish you would have. Yeah, but really, I am, man. Throw that out there.
Thanks, man.
You know, you're right though. The burnout thing can especially happen.
I was going to ask you about that. Like, do you ever suffer from burnout? Because I'm going through a little bit of it right now.
Yeah. So, just to be honest, I haven't played any games this week, really. I keep one in my head. I think to myself, man, I want to play Starfield. I need to progress that story. I want to beat that game. I want to hurry up and finish it, you know? And every time, like last night, for my birthday, I went out to the South Alabama football game and had a great time and all that. And when I got back, it was only like 9:30. I was like, oh, I'll hop on for a little bit and play some Starfield. And man, 30 minutes later, I'm like falling asleep. Like, what am I doing? You know, like I need to go to sleep. So I ended up going to sleep. And that was it. That was pretty much all I've done this week because I've been so busy. Right. So I feel like, you know, you have that burnout stage of like, you need kind of back away a little bit. Yeah. Handle your business, get your rest, do whatever you need to do. And like now I'm at the point of like, okay, I feel rested. I feel good. I'm ready to hop on. I'm excited about hopping on. You don't want to force it, man. If you force it, it's just miserable. It is.
True.
To me, it is.
Because I think you like empty yourself of all the dopamine because these games, you know, social media, YouTube shorts, all that stuff. Yeah. It's so good at like getting you that hit over and over of all the dopamine of like, whoa, this is cool. Whoa, this is cool. Scroll. Yeah. Eventually, that doesn't have the same hit, so you need to take a break from it. And it's a weird place that we're in right now where it seems like when I was younger, I could play games, and I guess it's because I didn't have a whole lot of other responsibilities. But it's like I didn't get that same drag that I get off of it now to where it's like, this isn't
Wait, great. Let me tell you this though. When you're younger though, in our generation coming up, so fast so quick and so fast, did the
Mhm.
graphics and everything just
Yeah.
completely. It was always something. You got to take that into account, though, right?
Sure,
I
and the
mean,
games were a lot slower too. Like
yeah,
they
yeah.
were a lot slower. You had but they were, to me, they were almost more fun. I don't know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
Like I still enjoy these new games, and there are some that are really, really fun. But do you know like what that is that I'm describing?
I feel like, and I kind of mentioned this to my daughter. My daughter is 12, about to be 13. Okay. And I've been trying to introduce her because of Game Pass to these games that's more story oriented. And I feel like in our
Yes.
generation, we played a lot of these stories. I mean, look at how many remakes are getting made from our generation games, right?
Yeah.
And they're updating the graphics because the stories are so great on those games. We're
Yeah.
sucked into them. And I feel like this generation is more about the microtransaction and quick games. Like hurry
Mhm.
up, load in, get a
Mhm.
quick game in, have fun. Now they're a lot better at, I feel like, the whole multiplayer aspect to it. I feel
Yeah.
like they're huge on the multiplayer. They got that figured out.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the storytelling and the slower games like you mentioned, I don't think there's much of it. They're starting to come back a little bit though.
Yeah.
I feel like um I just I don't think it's enough I wouldn't say motivation. It's enough of a movement to have the same effect like it had on us when we was younger. I
Mhm.
feel like we're still going to continue to move towards the total online multiplayer, you know, get in matches, that kind of game. The
Right.
single player aspect is going to go away. I
Yeah.
feel like at some
Which
point.
really stinks because I think the gaming industry was, or actually, I know that the gaming industry was a lot smaller when we were younger, and it seems like more of us were playing the same thing so we could relate, and
Mhm.
we were playing also beside each other a lot more. It wasn't
Yes.
so focused online. And according to the internet, according to gamerhub.co.uk, here's an excerpt that says the gaming industry is making more than 3 times as much money as the music industry and almost 4 times as much as the movie industry. Like, the gaming industry is huge, huge.
I mean,
That's crazy, isn't it?
I mean, you got billions of dollars. Look at what we just said with Star Citizen, a
Oh
game that's
yeah.
completely just made $600 million
Oh
just for
yeah,
that
it's been in
one game.
development for like 10 years or something.
Yeah, I'm
Crazy.
just it's a lot more luxurious business. Look at what Microsoft and Activision. I mean, we can go on and name
Yeah.
every kind of example you can think of. It's the future of VR. It's the future of like Vision Pro. Look at the
Mhm.
new Apple. I just got me a new iPhone 15 Pro Max,
Let me
right?
see
And
that
watch.
thing, boy.
I mean,
Yeah, let me
not too
see
bad,
that thing.
huh?
That looks pretty
But
good.
yeah, got the case on. But look at this blue. Look at that blue. Can you see that blue
Oh.
tint? Oh no, can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it. It looks like
Yeah,
RoboCop, dude.
yeah, it's nice.
Looks like
It's
the
nice.
same tint as
But
RoboCop.
Apple is trying to get a push towards gaming now, playing console games on this phone
Yeah.
natively. But because they know gaming's the future, because that's what's engaging. That's what
Yeah.
the online engagement is about, right? It's all about engagement numbers. It's all about subscribers.
Yeah.
But before it was more like, hey, it was all about the hardware, all about the console, and those
Yeah.
experiences in single player games. Final Fantasy VII, Dino Crisis, Resident Evil.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean,
Metal Gear
all
Solid,
those
bro.
Metal Gear Solid, bro. I mean, that was huge. All those games were just staples, and they keep hitting every time. Two, three, Metal Gear Solid, two, three, four. You know,
Yeah.
remakes now, one, two, three. It's like they just keep remaking the same stuff, and they're not making now they do have some like Last of Us, right?
Yeah, and
That's a newer.
Death
Well, it's
Stranding.
older. That's
That's
Stranding.
a new
That's a new one.
story that's freaking nuts.
Yeah,
But it's
God of War has been
engaging,
a
like,
long lasting.
yeah,
Yeah,
God of War.
yeah,
So
but
there
it's a
there
lot
is
of
still
older company that's playing
mhm,
those games though, right?
right. Yeah, well, Kojima Studios is fairly new, but he came from Kojima came from Konami, and then he made his own studio. And I think he's in talks to work back with Konami again with something, but we're gonna have to talk about that eventually. We're gonna have to have a whole
Yeah.
thing on Konami and Kojima and all that stuff. But yeah, man.
How are you handling the burnout aspect? I know I kind of went, but how are you handling it though?
I'm handling it by doing what I was doing, what I talked about before, where I'm kind of zoning out, and I'm usually only gaming if I'm listening to a podcast too, and I'm doing it to more kind of chill out. But if I know that like this isn't what I need right now, I go read. Like I'm a Christian, so I read the Bible and I'll write down some stuff.
Always a good thing.
Yeah, man, and trying to kind of mix it up like that, because I go through spurts, and it's good to go through those different spurts of where I can play this game and do this. But I think right now, especially since I have so much going on too with the land and work and all that stuff, that I'm going to kind of take a step back, and I mainly am doing what I've been doing is I just play on the Steam Deck at work.
Yeah.
And I do that on my breaks and stuff. And I might even back off of that some, because there was times where, you know, I'm on it every day and like just having the best time, and I'm not having the best time anymore. Like it's just like this is something that I'm doing just to do. And so I think that tells me I need to take a step back, maybe for like a week, and then hop back on there, and I'll get that excitement again. Because this has happened before. You know, it's just
every
like
gamer
overdoing
gets it.
You know, yeah,
every gamer, every person gets it for their jobs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
they're playing the games. And if you have a hobby, there's always a burnout stage in reference to what you're doing, especially if you're doing it a lot, right?
Yeah.
So I just, you know, I'll tell you this. You talk about that you kind of read your Bible and stuff like that, or you kind of play your Steam Deck at work. But, you know, there'll be times when I go to lunch, definitely being an officer, I'll grab lunch, and there's this parking lot that I would go to, and has like a little shade, and I'll grab my lunch and kind of just chill by myself.
Oh, that's nice.
Just listen to some music, eat lunch by myself, away from everybody, kind of just chilling, kind of decompressing.
Yeah.
You know, middle of the day, and it's like, okay, I got me an hour of just chill out time. You know, obviously the radio's still going in the background, but like I'm kind of chilling out. And so whatever works is whatever's best for you is the best thing. But
for sure,
I know one thing for sure is everybody experiences it, and you know, you kind of got to do whatever you need to do to kind of get over it. You know,
that sounded like a rap song. You kind of got to do whatever you got to do to get over it. That was sweet,
going.
Dude.
Chilling, maxing, and relaxing.
Chilling with and chilling, maxing, and relaxing. Finally, they walks by. Yo, what's happening? What's happening? You gotta do what you gotta go do.
Play that Yin Yang, baby. Play that Yin Yang.
Dude, I need to put it inside of here.
Play it in there.
But dude, that was well said, and that is true. And me and my wife and I are actually going on our first date tonight since like October or something. So we got a babysitter, and we're gonna go out to eat, and then we're gonna go over to the land and just chill out and watch the moon or something and have some time.
I told Gray, since we're going camping in a couple of weeks, we was trying to find a spot. We found one, but initially I was like, "Hey man, you got some land?" I said, "We just go on the land."
Bro, we
just,
could do it. Yeah,
just
like
go straight on the land.
Hopefully it closes soon, and that'll be something we can do for real. That'd be fun.
Absolutely.
So, but yeah, it was just wanted a quick convo about this stuff, and I enjoyed our talk, man. It was good to get on here and kind of
I enjoyed it as well.
Mentally process some stuff with my buddy here. So.
As y'all know, guys, as everybody that's listening is, you know, obviously we don't have a GG rating this week. We decided, like Gray was thinking of, it's just kind of chatting, talking. We have busy lives just like everybody else, but y'all stay tuned. We should have one coming up here soon. We'll get back at it, play some games, have a little fun, maybe even some gameplay. If you're listening on the podcast, you can check us out on the YouTube channel. If you're checking us out on the YouTube channel, check us out on the podcast.
That's right, boy. We're on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, and I'm sure something else. And also, I do have one rating. I want to rate that beard of yours, man. That Joker looking good. It's looking good.
Good? Not too bad?
No, man.
Not too bad?
I give that an approval. That is a
it
good
doesn't
beard.
grow as fast as yours, though. I've noticed that. Dude, I'm glad you didn't mention that. I'm glad you didn't mention it.
No.
Because I remember the day I told you, like, hey, Gray, I'm growing out a beard, man. And you're like, that's great, dude. And he's completely shaved. Like, his beard was out there. He's shaved. He was clean cut. He's like, I just had to get rid of it. Now, here we are, what, a month later, 2 months later, and this dude's done got like a bigger beard than I have, man, But
it's a blessing and a curse. Like,
it's a blessing and a curse.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's all good.
But thank you, dude. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
thank
man,
you.
absolutely. So that's a good beard. Hold on, let me do this real quick. I give that a that's a good beard. Okay.
You just doing your own.
Yeah, I just did a sound.
I like it.
Yeah, man.
Well, man, I enjoyed it, and
me too, brother.
Like I said, we'll be back on, guys. We usually have these podcasts, just to throw it out there. It's either going to be every Tuesday, every Monday, or Tuesday morning. So be checking out. Sometimes we let it go into the Tuesdays, and sometimes we can get it out early Monday. But y'all check it out. If you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe and hit that follow button down below. And Gray, it's always a pleasure, brother.
Always a pleasure, man. And didn't you say you were going to end this with a song? Isn't that what you said?
Dude, we got to do the Yin Yang, man. Let's play the Yin Yang.
Aren't you going to sing it, though? I thought you were going to sing it.
You do know that song, though, right? Where I got it from.
No. Where'd you get it?
So that song, I was doing an edit for Titanfall 2, what we did on the last show with Baxter. And we was talking about it. And I started looking up videos, some overlays, so everybody can see some Titanfall gameplay. And as a release trailer for Titanfall 2, that was the release song for Titanfall 2.
No.
That Yin Yang song, yes. And I was like, I'm saving this.
I'm going to play us out right now. I just downloaded it off of our drive.
It's on the drive. You got to play it, man. Let them hear it.
Oh, dude.
You can even play it on the YouTube thing, man. It's awesome.
Oh yeah. Thanks for listening.
Guys, see y'all the next time. Just keep it playing, bro.
All right.
It's pretty good though, ain't it?
It's so good. Holla, holla, really, really wanna say. Da, 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 da.
I mean, it's...
Dude, I'm vibing right now.
Dude, and then it's like the gun and ammunition part. I forget the words, but...
Hold on, I'm gonna be right back. Hold on.
Oh, you gotta go put some weights? Oh, there we go. Man, I haven't heard the guitar in a while. There you go.
I'm trying to find the...
All I really wanna... You need to play it on the YouTube so I can hear it. That's what you need to do.
Ammunition. So good.
I gotta hear it with you, bro. I gotta hear it.
All right, so
Yin Yang.
I'm a minute 48 in. I'm a minute 48 in.
What's it called again? Oh, there it is.
Hold on, I'm gonna play it for you.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah, so that
I got it on the playlist thing.
I'm gonna play it and I'm gonna finish it out. A minute 48 is where I was at.
What are you doing?
I'm playing it right now.
There we go.
Can you hear it okay?
I can hear it. I like it.
Extract the champion. Gotta whoa, whoa. Whoa. Really, 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 really. got ammunition. I got infinite positions. I got infinite ammunition. Coming out the yin yang. Extract the champion.
Yeah, hype, son. Coming out my yin yang.
I got limitless ammunition. Coming out my yin yang. What I really wanna say.
A new theme song, baby.
That's dope. Let's end it there.
See y'all next time.
Later.
Peace.